Hi friends, this is Miss C, and I am excited to work with you today. It is time for another Wordsful lesson, so get ready.
Materials.
You will need a paper and pencil for this lesson today. We have 2 learning targets today. Please follow along with me as I read. Our first learning target is, I can read and spell words with K, CK, and IC. Our second learning target is, I can use my knowledge of sounds and syllables to read and spell words.
Transition song.
Do you know the words will write? The words will write. The words will write. Do you know the words will write in our columns today?
Word work.
We are going to look at some words that end with a k sound. There are 3 different spelling patterns for words that end with the k sound. We have K, CK, or IC. We will decide which of these spelling patterns each word uses for the k sound at the end and sort them out. We will also write down each word, so make sure you have your paper and pencil ready. For each word you get correct, I want you to give yourself a pat on the back and keep working hard. Here is our first word. Our first word is speak. Does it use the spelling pattern K, CK, or IC? Speak uses the spelling pattern K at the end. Let's try another. The next word is basic. Does basic have the spelling pattern K, CK, or IC at the end? Basic ends with IC, so we will place it in our IC column. Let's try another. The next word is garlic. Look closely. Would garlic go in the K, CK, or IC column? Garlic goes in the IC column. Here's another word. Our next word is whack. Would whack go in the K, CK, or IC column? Whack would be placed in the CK column. Here's another word. Our next word is snuck. Look closely at the spelling pattern. Does it end with a K, CK, or IC? Snuck also ends with a CK. Make sure you're writing each word down and trying to read the word before I do. Let's try another. What is this next word? Cheek. Which column would cheek belong in? Would it go in the K, CK, or IC column? Cheek goes in the K column. Keep up the great work. Our next word is crock. Would crock go in the K, CK, or IC column? Crock would go in the CK column. Let's try another. What word do we have here? Milk. Would milk go in the K, CK, or IC column? Milk will go in the K column. This is our last one. Our last word is Sonic. Does sonic end with the spelling pattern K, CK, or IC? Sonic would go in the IC column. Go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back for all of the hard work. Next, we are going to investigate longer words. You can look for syllables and use the syllable types to help you decode each word part. Go ahead and put your syllable sleuth hat on. It is time to be a detective. Here is our first word. How do we pronounce this word? Volcanic. Go ahead and clap out volcanic. Volcanic. As you can see, we have one of our special spelling patterns. It ends in ick, which makes the k sound. I want you to look for how many vowels are in the word volcanic. We have 3 vowels. Our next step, we are going to look at our first syllable. What type of syllable is this? It is a closed syllable. As you can see, the consonant L is closing in the vowel O. What sound does the vowel O make? It makes a short O sound because it is closed, so it would make the ah sound. Let's look at our next syllable. What type of syllable is this? It is a closed syllable. As you can see, that consonant N is closing in the vowel A. What vowel sound do you hear in the second syllable? Ah, we hear a short vowel. How do you pronounce the second syllable? Can. Let's move on to our last syllable. What type of syllable is this? It is a closed syllable. As you can see, we have a consonant closing in the vowel. What vowel sound do you hear? We hear short I, which makes the I sound. How do you pronounce this last syllable? Ick. So our entire word is volcanic. Volcanic. Let's be syllable sleuths for another word. We have the word artistic. Go ahead and clap out the word artistic. Artistic. All right. Our next step is to look for the vowels in artistic. But before we do that, we notice our k sound at the very end, and it is spelled IC. Go ahead and shout out the vowels that we have in the word artistic. We have the vowel A, I, and I. All right, our next step is to look at the first syllable. What type of syllable is this? It is an R-controlled syllable. As you can see, we will pronounce it as art. All right, let's look at the next syllable. What type of syllable is this? The second syllable is a closed syllable. As we can see, the consonant T is closing in that second syllable. Go ahead and sound out our second syllable. Ist. All right, we have the second syllable as ist. Let's look at that last syllable. Go ahead and try to pronounce our last syllable. Ick. How would you pronounce this word? Artistic. Great work, friends.
Closing reflection.
Which k sound was not too tricky? Which one is still a bit tricky? You did a great job reading and writing k words. Keep up the great work, and I can't wait to see you next time.